You treat me so bad. You want me things that you never had. Take all my money and my cigarettes. I wanna know, won't you tell me why did love say, take me to the river and wash me down. Take me to the water, hold me, squeeze me till I forget. Y'all know about that godson of soul, Al Green, straight out of Memphis. What's good? Hope y'all are up for to join me for a morning cup of coffee. I know some of y'all you have an early lunch, but still it's still morning. So I'm gonna do this before I take my run, and I'm gonna come back and do another one after I do a run. So, but anyway, y'all come on in and join me for this morning cup of coffee. You hear me? So grab your cup, grab your sugar and your cream for those who don't like it that strong. We have a brief combo before my run on. And also keep in mind, if you have not heard, I wrote a book, in PDF format. It's called The Greatest Pain I Ever Felt, Conversation with My Absent Biological Father Who Never Wanted to Be Found. It's basically me talking about the emotional roller coaster of actually finding out by accident who my biological father was or is. He's still alive, last I heard. And him not really wanting to meet me. He didn't want to meet me. Found out about this by accident at 22, but I made it up in my mind, regardless of the conversations that we had over the phone over the years and all that, him not wanting me to meet my little half siblings. Now they're adults now. I decided age 39 in 2008, December 25th at 4:30 p.m. So I was going to go ahead and meet the brother face to face. Found his address, Google Maps, and all that stuff on the internet, and rang the doorbell. He came out, and the question he asked me was, "How did you find me?" And I said, MapQuest, Google Maps, And he said to me, "I have to give you an A for effort because I've worked aggressively over the years to prevent you from ever finding me." That's what he said. And so if you'd like to check this book out in PDF format, hit your boy up on the Cash App, $ Rico the Opinionist, OPINIONIST. And PayPal as well. So if you decide to hit me up on the Cash App, please send an email address so I can email you your PDF copy of The Greatest Pain Ever Felt, Conversation, My Absent Biological Father Who Never Wanted to Be Found. And by the way, start sharing this. If you are a supporter of Grambling State University, if you're a graduate of Grambling State University, please share this live. I just want to give my little 2 cents on this story I just read. It was sent to me. As relates to my dear old Grambling State University. And it's okay to report news about Grambling that's not flattering or considered controversial, because guess what? The mainstream media shares it, and y'all don't try to get on their ass. So don't try to bring your smoke my way. And it's so mainstream. That's where I got the news from, because the alumni don't really tell too much unless it's something that's flattering only. And that's not how you do business. Tell everything. I mean, the alumni associations, they don't tell everything. They just tell all the flattering stuff. And it's also based, with Kwame Brown, if y'all haven't gone his YouTube channels, he used the phrase, when it's somebody that you like, then you share only the stuff that you want everybody else to like. And so that's how they roll. Probably not just Grambling's National Alumni Association or their chapters, but we're talking about my beloved dear old Grambling State University, and I guess the leadership there. Well, according to the article, Grambling State University has proposed an $18 million 5-year proposal to have a fence built around Grambling State University, I guess, in response to providing safety and security to the students. And I guess to prevent, as I was reading the article, I guess from particular people not just entering the campus. And I read it, and also in that 5-year, $18 million proposal, I guess they'll be submitting, it talks about programs and I guess and academia. There's other stuff thrown in there, but the story led with defense. And so let's deal with that. See, if y'all saw my previous video that I did on the problem with Grambling State University, the offense is not going to fix. And it seems like something we as a community in this country, we've gotten away from this one word, blackness. See, while the reason a lot of communities that are not black seem to be thriving, and they don't report a lot of crime in their neighborhoods where they live, is that there's a sense of community amongst that group, right? And so when you admire or love who you are, and then you see reflections of you around you, you try to protect that, right? I mean, from everything, as much as you can. That's why a lot of these neighborhoods, be it white or Asian or what else, these main two neighborhoods, you don't hear that much foolishness going on. Maybe the mainstream media doesn't report it. I give you that. But y'all know the point. We've gotten away from blackness. We're trying to be multicultural and diverse. And I'm getting back to what I said in my video. Grambling has a lack of blackness issue. It's a mindset. And building a fence, it'll give what's called a physical appearance of security. But the mindset does not stop any type of criminality. You know how these project apartments got walls and fences built around them, and they still got crime and debauchery and foolishness behind those walls and gates? So please, Mr. President, don't make Grambling look like a prison. They'll be feeding into more stereotypes. Grambling is a sprawling, beautiful piece of real estate. And if you build a fence, how is Grambling going to be able to grow and stretch out? Y'all think Grambling is always going to be that size? It's going to be, in the future, some innovators and actual forward-thinking folks are going to actually become president, vice president, or form a group there to help Grambling continue to grow. So building a fence is not the solution. It's not the solution. But I will offer this, though, before I go further. I've been on white college campuses, and what they've done is made their campus like mainly foot traffic. They have parking areas, like parking garage, off to the outside of the campus, to the side of the campus, where people have to walk onto the campus. Of course, they have plenty of speed bumps. That's ridiculous. Like, damn, you just might as well park and walk. And number two, they have parking spaces with the garages, but they have parking spaces outside of the campus. If you want to try that, that seems to work okay for a lot of these other campuses. But Grambling should not be confined, because when you put the fence around it, it looks like it's going to confine its growth or impede its growth. So you don't want to do that. And next, I'm going to go back to the mindset. Those students who were busted with drugs on campus, who were not students but living in the dorms, guess who knew they were there? Other students. See, if a student doesn't have in his or her brain their own safety, therefore it exudes out onto the safety of other students, well, you're going to continue to have the foolishness. And with that $18 million, bring back Lyceum, bring back Convocation, bring back all those self-enrichment programs. And some of that $18 million, how about $5 million of it going to creating an African-American studies degree? You know, bring blackness to the school, bring consciousness. Because what I see coming out of Grambling State University, there's not a lot of blackness. It has a lot of LGBT rhetoric, a lot of feminist rhetoric. If y'all just check out a lot of the pages, Grambling 1901 and other pages, Instagram, what have you, you see a lot of stuff dealing with girls. You rarely see anything pushing heterosexual masculine boys or young men on their campus in leadership. I don't know. And that, to me, is an issue. Because LGBT and feminist rhetoric have never benefited two groups. The black family or the black male. The heterosexual masculine black male. And I know these college presidents are trying to go with the tide so they won't be considered politically incorrect. But somebody gonna have to be a man. Somebody gonna have to be a woman and stand up for actual family values and stand up for the leadership of black men and black boys. You can't continue to push girls. You can't continue to push women to the front. Who's going to be the hunter, gatherer, protector, provider? But if you're telling young men, that's okay. You don't matter. We got all these girls. They're going to be on the President's Student Leadership Council. We're going to only have a Miss Grambling, you know, and all of this. I'm just giving out examples. So every time you look around, it's always pushing girls. That's abnormal. No other society does this except for the conquered black community. And we have to stop this. So Grambling State University, y'all could stop trying to be everybody else and be who we originally started out to be, a powerhouse of a black college, then evolved into a powerhouse of a black university. Blackness. If you don't know what that means, ask me. I'll send you a copy of my black book list. Encourage more consciousness on the campus with the students. Encourage them to have more dialogues and conversations, not about no damn Kamala Harris or Biden or Trump. That seems, as soon as you say Trump, all of a sudden everybody gets triggered. How about when you say black, we get triggered and we have these conversations and bring boys and girls, the heterosexual girls and the heterosexual young men together to create that powerhouse of a black family. That is what will save Grambling. That is what will push the foolishness off the campus and also allow them to, you know, afford them, you know, the reality of, you know what, if we looked out for ourselves, we wouldn't have to worry about nobody coming on this campus. If we didn't participate in the foolishness, you know, there wouldn't be all of that going on. We would need to protect ourselves. Therefore, the campus would be protected. And also that original Grambling love that started with Charles P. Adams. My man, R.W.E. Jones, Prez Jones, and then pushed on forward by the Dr. Joseph B. Johnson, that blackness, and the speakers that came for Lyceum. Let me explain what Lyceum was for those of you who are new. See, Lyceum was the program that if you were a freshman or sophomore, you had to take. It was required for all freshmen and sophomore. You had to dress nice, and ladies had to dress nice. Dress conservatively nice. And the guys had to have on jackets, suits, and ties. And you would go and be introduced to a cultural event in the T.H. Harris Auditorium. Be it music, be it theater, be it, what else? Music, theater, some form of entertainment, or political, or even the appropriate part of religious aspect. You were being exposed. And Convocation brought in a lot of successful African-American men and women who spoke to us about why we are at Grambling, the purpose for our being at Grambling State University. You know, Attorney Thomas Todd was a powerhouse. I know it's for old schools. But he would go in there, he would speak about the law, but also speak about why I am here at Grambling State University, the purpose of Grambling State University. You can say this at any HBCU. See, when we get back to the blackness of it, trying to spend millions of dollars on a fence, it's like you don't have any ideas. Put the money in the students, man. You don't need to build a fence. How about you unlock the chains around the brains of the students? Hell, spend $500,000 on making sure every student has a copy of Miseducation of the Negro and encourage them to have conversations about that, and make sure they all have a copy of Black Labor, White Wealth, or Powernomics by Dr. Claude Anderson. If you want to really empower the students, put your money into the students. Make sure all of them, with that $18 million, make sure you don't have to have that little fund that if students come up short in their financial aid, you don't have to hit the alumni up for that. You put that in the proposal. You don't need to build a fence. You need to unlock the chains on the brains of the students and stop pushing this girl shit all day long and LGBT crap all day long. Hold on, let me get across here, folks. I've become a smashed man. And I think, to have people that you can call on to ask these things. Everything doesn't have to be so political. It can be cultural. That's what got us through. And it wasn't perfect. From 89 to 94, 94 to 96, it wasn't perfect. But it was a lot of consciousness, black consciousness. I'm keep saying it because it's two things these new blacks hate today. They hate the word race and they hate the word blackness for some reason. And then if the word blackness is coming out, it's coming out the mouths of little loudmouth, ignorant, feminist females or LGBT-minded females and little fruity guys. No, we're not trying to hear that from y'all. We need to re-empower the actual heterosexual, masculine, and feminine sisters into consciousness as well. See, when they come out, they'll not only be equipped to handle what the world is trying to throw at them, but they'll be conscientious of what's going on around them. See, right now, black people are getting their blackness from the Democratic Party. They're getting it from the liberal side of things. There should be a blend of conservative, independent, as well as Democratic. But black people have been taught for the past 25, 30, 50 years that because you're black, you're a Democrat. And look at our ghettos. Look at not our ghettos, but look at our communities that have been turned into ghettos. But anyway, again, Mr. President, and all of your men and women, if they're a part of your little circle, a fence is not necessary. What you have to do is spend some of those millions of dollars on keys to unlocking that chain, that fence that's around the brains of so many of the students. Because they've been liberal politics down to the ground. Get that mess out of there and bring blackness back to the campus. Bring black love, black consciousness. That is what will keep us moving. Because without LSU, we are GSU. You know what I'm saying? Without University of California, we're Grambling. What's this hashtag? Hell, we Grambling, baby. And let's keep that in mind. I just want to share my thoughts on that. I don't think the fence is necessary. I think it's a cheap and easy way out. Instead of really investing into the students, you're going to do some aesthetic things that will not stop any kind of drama going on. You need to hold the students accountable and let them be a part of this as well. So, I'll close. You don't need a fence. Get the students involved. Invest some of those, that proposed $18 million into the students. Encourage the leadership, all of them on campus, to have conversations in Adams Hall, in the nursing building auditorium, T.H. Harris Auditorium, all over, wherever they can get a room to have discussions about how we can move our community forward and how black men and black women can come together, erase all the dumb shit that has divided them, and bring them together on their campus. And I guarantee you, Mr. President and others, you will see a difference in that campus, and the foolishness will decrease because you've spent millions of dollars on removing the chain and the fence from around the brains of a lot of our young people. The same way they did for us when I came in dragging and crawling to Grambling State University in January of 1989. We had these wonderful scholars there waiting for us at the door with the Lyceum and legitimate convocations. Don't bring no damn rappers. Don't bring no CNN correspondents. Not them. Bring some people who are actually out there in the streets doing the work. No, with professional positions who are actually doing the work in the community. All right? See y'all later. Let me get my run on. I'll talk to y'all in about 30 minutes or an hour or so. Peace. Be cool, y'all. Rico the Opinionist, and I'm out of here.